All right. All right. Finally, we are live. What's up? What's up? What's up, you guys? We are getting live right now. Took me 10 minutes to get to the Google Hangout account. But I think we are live. If you guys can go ahead and give me a quick, give me some, quick feedback here. Let me know that you are with me. Let me make sure this camera is, make sure that I can see you right here. And make sure that you can see me, right? Hold on one sec here. Let's do this. It's going to be a great training for everybody tonight. I am stoked. Hold on a sec here, folks. Hold on one sec. I'll be right with you. Just tell everybody to refresh their screens if they need to. And we will be getting this party started momentarily here. I want to make sure you guys are with me. Make sure you guys can see me. All right. Can you see me okay? Everything good? My goodness. How many people we got in the room here? 2,500 people in the room. That's a big room. All right. Cool. You guys can see me? Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Loud and clear. Awesome. Well, folks, welcome to this training, to this hangout, to this live event, as we call them nowadays, right? My name is Vic Streisius. For those of you guys who have no clue who I am, and, maybe you haven't, maybe this is like the first time you've seen me. I am a regular dude, all right, who loves marketing. I am a family man. I am a husband, a father, a marketer, an entrepreneur, and I love living life. That's what I like to do. I love living life, my friend. And I'm looking to, hold on a sec here, guys. I'm just trying to sign into my on my iPad here so that I can see your comments. Traffic Academy, too high traffic. Academy.com. Where are we at here? Promise you, this is gonna be really good for you. I promise you. It's gonna be worth it. Okay. One sec, everybody. Sign this in here. ATC. All right. So for those guys who are up at like crazy hours overseas, I commend you. I applaud you for investing in yourself, for investing the time in your business. I will be very mindful of your time, and we will be moving rather quickly with some of this stuff. Here is the agenda. So agenda, I'm just basically, hold on. I'm just making sure that you guys will be able to see the board, because guess what? We're going to be doing some drawing here. All right, I'm going to show you guys some stuff. We're going to be talking about advanced traffic conversions, sales strategies. We're going to be talking a lot of really cool stuff that you can implement in your business, grow your business in 2015 and beyond. Hopefully some of this stuff is going to really help you. Okay, that's kind of the intention. That's my goal. Couple of things that I will make sure that you guys understand. Okay, we have a lot of people in here, and I will be showing you guys some very powerful, insanely crazy techniques that work very well. And I believe it's going to work really well for you in your business. It worked really well for me in my business. It worked really well for a lot of other people. Okay, but I don't know you. I know some of you. I don't know all of you, and so I don't know what you're going to do with these techniques. I'm not here to make any guarantees to you. I'm not here to make you believe that you're going to become a millionaire all of a sudden tomorrow. Heck, you could. I would love to see you guys, becoming millionaires this year. Totally possible. In fact, if somebody's telling you that you can't, I would ignore them, because you can do anything you set your mind to, my friend. And I believe that you can do it, but are you going to do it? It's going to be up to you. Okay, so just if we talk about numbers, if we talk about incomes, if we talk about whatever we're going to talk about tonight, just understand that there is no guarantees at all. Okay, we cannot make any guarantees. I'm not going to do that. But I will share with you some strategies that work phenomenally well for me in my business. Some strategies that I'm currently implementing in my business, in my companies. In hopes that you can model it and see how it's going to work out for you. Put your twist to it, put your personality, your persona, put yourself behind it, right? And see if you can't go out there and make $1 million or two, right? So that's kind of that. Okay. So second thing is this: there's going to be nothing for sale today. Okay. In fact, this is not designed to sell you anything whatsoever. This is just designed to help you, have a breakthrough in 2014, in 15. Man, I keep saying 2014. Time flies when you're having fun. In 2015, okay, that's my that's my honest intention, is to just really bring you tons and tons of actual legit value that you can take to the bank and improve your business, take your business to the next level. So if you have a wallet with in your pocket, leave it in the other room. You don't need it. Okay. Do take a piece of paper and something to write with, because you might have a lot of those breakthroughs. In fact, you will have a lot of breakthroughs tonight. And you want to make sure that you jot them down as quickly as they come in. Okay. So let's see here. There's what I did today is I actually prepared. A lot of times, me as I've been a marketer for about 10 years, almost. And it's been a fun ride. I started out just like many of you guys, very, very humble in beginnings. Grew up very middle class, and my driving force was, I just wanted to succeed. I don't know if you how bad you want to succeed. A lot of people talk about success. A lot of people talk about having a better lifestyle, whatever. But my question to you is, how bad do you want to succeed? Right, in 2015, is this your year? Is this really your year? I mean, you've been talking like for years and years and years, and you've been trying things for years and years and years, right? Is this your year to succeed, right? Answer that to yourself, okay? In fact, let's do this. If this is your year, if you made a commitment that's like unshakable, this is like solid, that's it, you're gonna do this or you're gonna die trying, leave me a comment, let me know, because we are gonna be talking about specifically what you can do starting right away tonight, what some of the ideas and strategies you can implement in your business to really honestly, folks, honestly, with no I was gonna say BS. I'm just gonna use that word. I don't really like that, but with no BS, you can honestly transform your business in 2015 and beyond. And this can realistically be your year. Do you feel it? Do you feel it inside of you? Okay, I know for some of you guys, it's gonna be the biggest, the best year you have ever had in your entire life. Okay, but you know what? I've been doing this for so long, and a lot of times, you do this and you don't even think about what you're doing, but it just works. Has that ever happened to you, like in any other area of your life, right? You just do stuff and it just works, and you don't know why it works. It just works because you've done it so over and over and over again. Well, we as marketers, we sometimes do stuff unconsciously, whether that stuff leads to success or failure. Sometimes we do things over and over again that leads to failure, but for some crazy whatever reason we still do it. And I don't know why, I can't explain it. Happens to me sometimes too. But at the same time, when we understand how to succeed, when we understand how to break through, right, and crack this online success code, so to speak, we can do stuff. Once we do it over and over again for a certain period of time, we can do these things without even thinking about it. So that's kind of how, that's been my journey over the last, I started out 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago, it was 2005, completely broke, had no idea what to do. And then as time progressed, I was fortunate enough to be coached by somebody who really knew what they were doing. And I was just privileged enough and fortunate enough to learn from a mentor of mine. And I was just I did a smart thing to learn and implement what they taught me. That's pretty much it. And then started to apply my own, twist to it, and started to do my own testing and my own theories, that I wanted to test out, and and created my own ideas about marketing and implemented those. And it served me really well. Over the years, I was promoting affiliate stuff. I had my own products I was promoting. I still do. I joined network marketing companies, and virtually every single venture that I joined, or every single thing that I did as a marketer, after understanding some of the stuff that I'm going to walk you through tonight, right, and deliberately implementing them. Some of these ideas, folks, I'm going to show you, they are totally under the radar in public's perception. Okay, and when you understand them, you will be able to do things that will get you results, and other people will have no idea how you're getting those results. Does that make sense? And so I've been kind of operating my business like that for the last, I'd say probably since 2008-ish or so, 2009. 2009 is when I really had my breakthrough. It was at the end of 2009. That's when I discovered, stuff like selling without selling, right? How to really, this whole positioning as as this authoritative figure in the marketplace, and started to deliberately implement some of that stuff. When I walk you through some of these ideas here tonight, guys, you will be able to identify some of the things that I even do in my business right now, right? And you'll be able to say, okay, so I can now see why you do some of the things. For those guys who've been following me, either on Facebook or on my list, that kind of stuff. So it's gonna be fun. So I actually went back earlier today, and I said, you know what are some of these strategies that, knowing what I know now, if I had to start over again, what would I focus on? I mean, how do you become unconsciously competent in something? So I literally had to go back and, and for, a good portion of today, I would just basically, as I was doing stuff at the office here, in the back of my mind was like, how do I present this to you in a way so that it makes sense, something that you can get, and most importantly, duplicate and model in your business, right? And so I literally prepared. Here's my notes right here, right? And so I'm gonna be walking you through 5 specific areas, 5 specific ideas, 5 specific focus points of your business that you need to focus on, right? Or 5 key things we're gonna cover, okay? And I think that if you follow these, it's I honestly think that 2015 is going to be your year, and I would love to hear your success stories. So let me do a couple things here. Let me see before I start jumping into the whiteboard. I want to talk about. Let me share my screen here real quick. Can you guys see my screen? If somebody can give me a quick Y or yes or no or something. Okay. So, okay, so first thing I want to cover kind of real quick is why should you listen? Okay, so why should you listen? Listen, I said I started online about 10 years ago, right? And what we see, I've been in this industry long enough to realize that there's some things that are worth listening to and paying attention to, and there are some things, in fact, most of the things that are just not worth paying attention to. Okay, so my question to you is, what do you want to get out of this training tonight? Okay, what do you want to get out of this training? If you're promoting a company, if you're building a team, this is probably going to be very useful for you. So, let me ask you this: how valuable would be for you to position yourself as a marketer, right? So that instead of you chasing people, instead of you, pushing your stuff onto other people, to where you can literally have other people chase you to buy your stuff, okay? And listen, the model I'm gonna walk you through, I'm gonna pre-frame you here for just, a couple minutes, no more than just maybe a couple minutes. I'm gonna go very, very quickly through this. But I do want to pre-frame you for some of this stuff, because what we're gonna do for the rest of this training is gonna make total sense if we do it like this, okay? Otherwise, if I just start jumping in, you're not gonna pay, you probably will not give it as much attention as you should, had you, if I don't show you this, okay? So I'm gonna show you guys what's possible when you pay attention to what I'm gonna show you tonight and implement. And if you shut down your Facebooks, if you shut down your Twitters, if you shut down your phones, if you shut down all the distractions, turn off the TV. If you're awake at like 3 o'clock in the morning, go get some cup of coffee or whatever to keep you awake, right? Guys, here's what's possible when you apply some of these strategies. I'm going to walk you through them and show you exactly how I was able to engineer this in my business. I'm not going to show you this to boast or brag. I'm going to show you to make a point, and I don't usually like to do this, but I have to pre-frame you, okay? So check this out. Here's the kind of stuff that can happen in your business when you apply some of the things I'm gonna walk you through tonight, okay? I'm getting tons and tons of messages very similar to this. As you can see here, people text me saying, hey, what can I do? How can I join to be part of your team, okay? So if you are, promoting and building a team, how about getting some of these messages? Would that be awesome for you, right? I started the, a free training, which, when I had a little bit more time, I was putting out videos, and we'll still, we'll get to them when I get a little bit, extra time here. But $1 million idea, right? It's on my blog, and people thought that it was another program that I started, and literally saying, hey, how can I join the MID? And I basically saying, hey, it's a free thing, you don't even have to join, right? So people come to you and ask you to, to be a part of what you're doing, right? Is it still, are you still selling internet traffic? How can I buy it? Okay, so what if you can engineer a response in the marketplace to where people, Skype you, people text you, people Facebook you, and they ask you to join and buy whatever it is you're selling. Now, folks, I'm showing you this to, again, I want to be very clear. I'm, pretty humble guy. I don't need to do this, but I want to inspire you. Okay, so that when you pay attention, when you apply these things and deliberately inject them in your business, in your marketing, magic will happen in your business. And that's a promise, because it's been proven, okay? I was a part of, a company called Empower Network, as most of you guys know, a lot of you guys know. And I had a system called Big Idea Mastermind, right? That was promoting the company basically. And then, you know, I'm no longer promoting any company, you know, for the record. So for those of you guys who are, you know, still questioning that. And so, you know, people saying, hey, regarding BAM, please explain to me, why should I continue promoting Empower Network if you're no longer there? Okay, so it's not about your business. What we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about ideas and strategies that gets people to bond with you as a marketer. Because when that happens, you can write your own ticket in life, in business, and it doesn't matter where you're coming from, doesn't matter your background, okay? Vic, thanks. Okay, every guru out there is trying to take how am I going to sign up for HTA or the course, right? So again, people asking to sign up for stuff. I'm not even gonna take the time to read all these. You know, it just kind of goes to prove that this stuff is going to position you unlike anything else you have ever experienced in your business. Okay, send me your BAM link. Again, I'm no longer promoting that. So, but people still do that. Okay, so here's another one from Sam. You know, Sam say, Vic, let me in to the academy. I just sold my car to join you. How can you engineer yourself and kind of position yourself as a marketer? Again, don't think about me. Forget about me for a sec. Let's talk about you. How can you position yourself so that people will do just unthinkable, sometimes crazy things to be a part of what you're doing, okay? And by the way, talking about Sam, if you're on this webinar, brother, you and I, we talked a little bit, you know, and you guys watch out. Sam is going to be a superstar in the industry. You'll see him, okay? I'd like to purchase Internet Traffic Formula. Internet Traffic Formula is not available. Where can I buy it? You cannot buy it because it's not available, okay? So this is the kind of stuff we're going to be talking about, and we're going to be talking about you. Whatever you're doing, if you're selling your products, if you're promoting a company, if you're building a business, if you're building a team, whatever it is that you're doing, at the end of the day, my outcome is to show you how you can engineer a response in the marketplace to where people chase you down. Is that fair? You guys cool with that? Okay. Here's why I'm doing this kind of stuff. Okay. My motivation is this. Okay. I think, I'm not sure if I posted this on Facebook or not, but I love getting messages like this, right? So when people getting results, people finally, you know, hey, just wanted to make my first $1 online. You know, I don't, you know, if you have never made money online, what if one idea can, you know, help you make money, right? You just saved my life. I mean, tons and tons and tons. First ClickBank check ever. Thank you, right? Kevin just, you know, $35,000 first month from applying, you know, from applying one source of traffic from, you know, that we taught him. This person went from 4 cents in my bank account all the way down, all the way up to 20,000 in 1 month. Okay, so this is the kind of stuff, and this message I just got just before, like literally 7:23, right before this, you know, this training here, about 40 minutes before. Cindy Lynn, one of our students, she just texted me this, and I thought it would be kind of fun to you know, to put this up. I'm available to jump on a hangout if you are looking for testimonials and conversion tips. See message on Skype, 73K in the last 12 months due to your teachings. So Cindy, congratulations, by the way. I just wanted to feature you in here. You know, couldn't get you live because I don't think we're gonna have the time, but there's tons and tons and tons of them like this, guys. That's why I'm personally doing this, you know, and that's why I'm not even gonna try to, you know, sell you anything tonight. I don't have to. I'm more inspired by seeing success stories than the money. You know, there's different areas, you know, different stages in life and business we go through, and you will be, hopefully, it is my desire that when you learn some of these strategies, you can do big things in your community, in your marketplace, and then you can pay it forward and help as many other people as you can. Okay, so that's that. Now, what is this going to do for you? I don't know. You know, is it going to give you a breakthrough, massive success, power? You know, what are you after? Are you after contribution? Are you after respect? You know, gaining respect within your family, within your community, within your loved ones, right? Dominance, authority. You know, do you want to create a better lifestyle? Do you want to have, you know, more freedom in your life? Let me tell you one thing. When you are you know, a marketer, right? There is there is a big area or a big side of you know, big emotional side that's attached to people as marketers, right? So if we are successful, we're confident, right? And that confidence kind of spills over to other areas of our lives. And if we're failing as marketers, well, that confidence kind of also, there is no confidence, and that kind of spills into other areas of our lives as well, right? So you know, my mission right now is to, you know, help, you guys to help our students, help my followers, my subscribers, to be more confident as a marketer, to have more power as a marketer, to be respected more, to be more dominant, to be more of an authority figure. All of this stuff is totally doable, and we're going to talk about it right now. Okay, so there's a big lesson I want to talk to you about. I'm going to map this out for you guys. This is the part where you might want to start taking notes. Okay, again, I'm just going to go very quickly, to respect you guys' time. So the big lesson that I've learned basically over the last decade of being a marketer, right, and still learning, right, and this thing still being kind of reinforced over and over and over again, is there's a couple things. Okay, 95+% of what you hear about traffic conversions and marketing in general is total junk. Okay, it's total junk. And I'm not sure if if you been if you kind of experienced that yourself. Okay, I certainly have, and I'll talk about some of the things here in a bit. Okay, what we're going to do right now is basically take this concept, this very advanced, complicated, mysterious, and extremely successful marketing model, right, that is perceived to be as such by the marketplace, and we're going to simplify it. Okay, is that cool with you guys? And we're going to simplify it. Let me get back in here. My lovely Google Hangout. Let's see. All right, we're back. Okay, you guys with me? Everything is cool so far? Check some of these comments here. Okay. Here's what this is going to be about. This stuff, I actually had reserved to share with our students. Okay, but then I thought, I'm gonna do a public training and invite our my prospects, if you guys following me, and allow some of our students to also participate as well. And we are, I'm literally gonna do this as there's gonna be parts. This is gonna be first part, and then we're gonna follow this up with part 2 and 3. There's probably gonna be four different parts to this training that you will literally get like I kid you not, a multi-$1,000 lesson for free. That's gonna be worth potentially millions of dollars in your business. Okay, you guys cool? All right, here is the idea. We're gonna do this as a workshop style. Okay, we're gonna be, let's see, I'm gonna get my headed marker somewhere over here. Okay, and if I get start to get muffly or whatever, if maybe my battery goes dead or something like that, just tell me. Okay. To succeed in business, there is not a whole lot of stuff you can do. See, I've applied this model. I've applied to promoting, for those of you guys who are familiar with Big Idea Mastermind, my own products, being an affiliate, crushing competitions, promoting stuff like autoresponders. You can apply it to offline business, online business. It doesn't matter, and it doesn't matter what your personality is like. You can develop it, you can craft it, and you can become a very, very powerful marketer if you understand certain things. Okay, here are some of the things. Can you guys see the board? Okay, you guys can see the board. Cool. So there is. Let's see how high can I go? Okay, I can go this. I can go all the way up to right about here. Okay, perfect. So there is 3 areas that we need to master in business. Okay, let's represent them with these lines right here. Okay, there's 3 areas we need to master. You guys can see this. You guys with me? Okay, keep me posted so I don't talk just to the computer here. All right. There's 3 areas that we need to master and get really, 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 really good at deliberately, knowingly, and get better at it every single day. This is if there is anything you're gonna focus on as a marketer. Okay, this will be it. Nothing else. No, plugins, themes, WordPresses. I mean, all that jibbity jazz is not important. It's not relevant. Okay. If you want to crush it in 2015, if you want to become the highest paid marketer, if you want to make as much money as you want to make, you limit yourself in that. There is 3 things you need to master. There is something called external marketing. External Okay, marketing, and this is going to be the visible stuff. Okay, visible stuff. We're going to talk about that in just a minute here. Okay, there is also something called internal marketing. Internal marketing, and this is the invisible stuff. So if you want to know how come there's somebody that, you know, you take any company, right? You take any network marketing company, you take any product, you take, you know, any MLM company in the industry. There is a handful. There is very, very small percentage of people who are literally crushing it. Okay, absolutely dominating. Okay, and there's majority of people that are kind of struggling alone, and they're not being successful. They're making less than $100 a month, and they're grinding. They're frustrated out of their minds, and they don't know what's going on. They don't know how to fix it. Okay, we're gonna talk about that. I'm gonna tell you how I was able to engineer. You know, when I stepped into the network marketing industry, this was end of 2012, and never done network marketing in my life before. Okay. But knowing this stuff right here, I'm going to walk you through. I was able to set the industry's record, you know, over $700,000 in the first 30 days. Again, results are not typical. This is my result, and over 4.5 million, I believe, in the first year and a half or so, under 2 years. That's what's possible when you employ some of these invisible stuff we're going to be talking about. And then thing number 3, what we what we're going to be talking about is going to be the big. It's going to be our big mission, vision. Oops. All right. This is the big outcome. Okay. So I want to walk you through this, and I'm gonna give you 5 advanced selling strategies. Okay, that you know, we can call them sales breakthroughs for your business. That when you implement them, everything's going to come together, and you know, you're going to have that big aha moment, and you know, life is going to be great. Okay, that's kind of my intention. So let's talk about this external visible stuff first. Okay, there is some things, you know, if you can picture these as like 3 different boxes. Okay, so there is at the top of this, there's going to be product selection. I don't want to spend any time on this. I'm just going to map this out for you, and then later in the training series, we're going to come back to it, and I'm going to actually walk you through every single one of them, and you're gonna get a lesson of your life as a marketer. Okay, if you're going to follow along and kind of pay attention. I don't really know what you're going to do with this. You might be here just to complain. You might be here just to waste your time. If that's the case, you know, you can leave. This is not for you. I'm not trying to sell you anything here. I'm not trying to, you know, to persuade you into anything. I'm literally just sharing with you how I was able to create an unbelievable success in my business, how our students were able to create an unbelievable success in their business, and what you can model for yourself if you want to give it a try. Okay, if you are not willing to apply any of this stuff, you can go to bed. This is literally. I'm not here to try to get you to do anything other than if you want to learn some of this stuff, feel free to model. Okay, is that cool? All right, cool. Chrome, all right, everything's working fine. So product selection is very important, guys. We are going to be talking about that, but there's 2 areas that we need to focus on, very, very important ones. Okay, so there is a niche selection. Most of you probably are already in a particular niche, which is cool. And there is also how do you find a winning product, right? Product. By the way, can you guys see this writing, or is this too small? Give me a quick response. Okay. All right, awesome, cool. There is another section, okay, in this box. It's called position and accumulation. Okay, and what I mean by position and accumulation, if you give me 1 second, let me erase this line. There might not be enough space here. Position and accumulation. This is still pretty basic stuff right here, but this is where you literally this is like the basic stuff. This is where a lot of the marketers, like 99% of marketers, are kind of floating in. And we're talking about strategy. Okay, so for example, strategy, promotional strategies. We're talking about traffic generation. Okay, we're talking about your wrapper. All right, which is a fancy word for like a landing page, and your hooks and your lead magnets. We're gonna talk a lot about that kind of stuff a little bit later on in the training in the series as well. We're talking about list building here. Okay, all the stuff that we've been hearing over and over and over again as marketers. We want to do split testing. Okay, and then we want to we have our sales pages here. All this kind of stuff goes in this box. Okay, so this is our external marketing. Okay, hopefully you guys can see that. Okay. Okay, just a little bit too small. I'm not sure if you can make this full screen or not. You should be able to probably make this full screen. If you can, then that might help. Okay. There is again. So this is the basic stuff. Okay. So this stuff is all of us needs to focus on. There needs to be a strategy. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Every single move you make as a marketer, and I've been teaching this to my students over and over and over again. I say this: if you want to be successful, okay, you got to do stuff that unlike other people, okay, unlike other marketers. You cannot be looked at. You cannot operate just like everybody else in the industry and expect to get results that's better than everybody else are getting. Okay, it's just not going to happen. If you want to have better results, you need to separate yourself as a marketer with what you do. You need to have a strategy for every single move you make as a marketer. There needs to be a reason why why you post on Facebook. Every single post you make on Facebook, there needs to be a purpose for it. If it doesn't, if there is no purpose for what you're doing on Facebook, you're wasting your time. Literally, especially if you're angled to grow your business. Okay, as a marketer, most people wake up in the morning, they think, well, what should I post on Facebook today? I need to post something on Facebook, so just post whatever, right? Not really having a strategy, not having a purpose. A lot of times what I would do as a marketer is you're gonna have a lot of breakthroughs. Okay, but I won't finish with this, but you'll be able to backtrack and kind of connect some of the dots when I explain this. Sometimes I would actually start planting seeds for a particular promotion, if I'm promoting somebody else's product or whatever, way in advance, right? Before they actually see the campaign rolling out. Okay, so there needs to be a strategy for everything you do. Very few people actually have strategy, even though that's still under this external marketing, which is basic stuff. We're talking about traffic generation. How many of you guys want to know how to get more traffic to your stuff? Right. A little bit later on in the training series, I'm actually going to walk you through a strategy that I have never ever shared with anybody, and actually show you a blueprint. I haven't shared it publicly. Let me just put it that way. Okay, I shared it with a few people, some clients and stuff like that. But a strategy that I was testing in my business that at zero cost, I mean, literally did not spend any money to accumulate the traffic or the leads, and I was able to build a list of nearly 500,000 subscribers. Nearly 500,000 subscribers, all ethically, legitimately, and at the same time building goodwill in the marketplace. Okay, if you want to know traffic generation, this is the easiest part of the business. Period. There is not going to be. I'm going to walk you through. By the time you're finished with this training series I have for you, there is not going to be an issue with traffic. Forget about traffic generation issues. Okay, it's not going to happen. Okay, it's not going to be existent for you. Okay, it's very easy to get traffic. Your wrapper, okay, this is where some people get stuck. Is how do I position my hooks? How do I attract people to my list? All right, because you need to focus on list building. You need to. The bigger your list, the more money you're going to make. That's just a given in the industry. We all know that. So that's the list building is gonna come from strategy, right? Wrapper, and it's gonna build your list ultimately. Okay, if you don't have a strategy for building your list building is gonna be difficult. If there is a strategy, and if you have a winning strategy, we're gonna cover that in more detail. then your list building process is going to be super, super easy, and you can turn the virality button on, right? And it's gonna go on turbocharge for you. Okay, I'm gonna walk you through that. Split testing, very few people actually do that, but split testing is super critically important. Sales pages, some of you guys have your own, some of you guys have company sales pages. So this is kind of like the visible stuff, external marketing stuff to get people to your door. Okay, to get people to your door. What I want to talk about, and this is what separates heavy hitters versus amateurs versus wannabes versus people who are always crying and complaining about stuff that's not working. Why am I not successful? Why am I not getting the results? It must be his fault. It must be his fault. It must be his fault. It's nobody else's fault. It's your fault. Okay? If you're not successful in business, it's your fault. I'm probably not talking to you directly. I'm talking to the guy next to you. All right? Seriously, you cannot blame anybody for your lack of success in this industry. Don't ever, ever, ever blame anybody for your lack of success in this industry. Okay? If I'm not successful, it's my fault. If you're not successful, my friend, it's your fault. The good news is we can fix it. Okay? And you fix it by having the right kind of knowledge. Okay? And so some of this stuff that really, really helped me as a marketer turn everything around, right, is when I understood some of these principles. So when it comes to dominating in whatever you want to do, okay, there is a process you have to go through. There is a system that you have to implement and perfect in your business for what you want to achieve. Okay, there is a system to everything. There is no hit or miss. There is a system, and when you follow a system, you can go from one company to another company to another company. You'll be top earner, top earner, top earner. On the top of the leaderboards, you're going to be crushing competitions. Every single promotion or contest that I've ever participated in, I won. Not because I'm somebody special, not because English is my second language, right? I barely graduated college. That should encourage you, okay, if anything, right? But see, what I'm most proud of, folks, is that people who came after me, our students, they are getting the same results. I was going to actually have a panel tonight of some of the people that were implementing. There is so many of them. Obviously, we can't fit in everybody, but due to time and kind of respect you guys' time, especially if you're overseas, I'm just going to share these with you in hopes that you really, really think about it and implement them in your business. Okay, there's several areas we need to focus on when it comes to this invisible internal marketing stuff. Okay, the first area is something something I call indoctrination. Indoctrination. So you can't write and talk at the same time, especially if you are on a live hangout. Okay, so indoctrination, I think that's how you spell it. So indoctrination, basically what you're doing is you are separating yourself from the pack, so to speak, right? And you're elevating yourself as a marketer. The stuff I showed you guys before, right? Those screenshots, I showed them to you for a reason. The reason I showed them to you is hopefully you picked it up. Okay, if you didn't, let me kind of point that out. So people will not buy your program. People will not buy your opportunity. People will not join your business. If you're chasing business after business after business, thinking that the business is going to make you successful, you're not. It's a wrong thinking. It's a wrong mentality. People always buy people. Okay, we're not in the thing business. We're in people's business. Does that make sense? We're in people's business, folks. We're in people's business. So in order for you to get a lot of sales of the thing that you're selling, okay, you have to work on making you the person that people will want to join. Okay, so when if you saw those messages, people didn't say I want to join a company I was promoting. People say I want to join your team, right? How can we engineer that for yourself? Well, there is a way to do that. So in that, again, we're gonna go into a lot of details on this, but there is we need to grab attention. Okay, we need to, as a marketer, we need to create interest or engineer interest. Okay. Actually, it's not difficult to do. We're gonna explain that. Okay, we need to build trust. All of these components stacked on top of each other, boom, 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 elevates you as a marketer, okay? Get you better, more conversions, high results, easier life, easier business, you know, all that good stuff, more fun, right? And we want to build you. My friend, 2015 is your year. It's not your company's year. It's not the company that you're promoting that company's year. It's your year. You guys agree with me on that? If you are, give me a quick why. Let me know if you're still with me. If you're with me so far, give me a quick why. Okay, let's take a quick pit stop. I need to get some feedback from you guys. Okay, I know this is like a 20-second delay here with the Google Hangouts. By the way, I wish that Google would make this thing so it doesn't delay like 20 seconds or 30 seconds. But this is your year, my friend. So if anything we're gonna do here from this point on, we're gonna talk about you, not your business. Okay, not your company, not even your list. Okay, it's all centered around you. If you build you, okay, this is you. Everything around you, your business, your subscribers, your followers, everything, your sales, if you want to be up on stage in your company, right, getting the big checks and getting on the leaderboards and all that stuff, you focus on a single thing in 2015, and that's to build you. Okay, you build you. Now, you don't go out there, you don't say, I'm gonna build me, right? You don't do that because you're gonna sound douchey. Right? Nobody's gonna want to listen to you, right? You don't want to. I want to warn you. There is a fine line between being genuine and confident about while implementing this stuff, and being jerky and arrogant and just douchey. Okay, so just a quick warning: you don't want to be douchey, but a lot of this stuff we're going to talk about is going to fly under the radar in the public's perception of you, and is going to build you as a marketer. Okay, so you do all this stuff, in the indoctrination process, and this is very, very important piece of the business. Actually, I'm going to do a little bit better so that you guys can. I'm just gonna right here separate it with this stuff, different color marker. Okay, like this. Okay, so then there's another component to this invisible stuff here. Okay, it's pre-framing. Okay, it's pre-framing. Every single promotion, if you want to crush it, if you want to engineer a specific promotion, okay, whether it's your company is doing a special contest, or if you want to, if you're preparing for a big promotion in your within your product or whatever, always pre-frame people. Okay, the reason I showed you some of those screenshots in the beginning is to pre-frame you for this training when I'm going to walk you through here. Okay, that started already. Okay, and what's going to happen here, going into the second part and third part and fourth part and all that good stuff, right? So you're going to be pre-framed, right, as to what's possible and what you can achieve for yourself if you work at it and if you take this seriously. And if you say 2015 is my year, nobody's going to take it away from me, I'm claiming it, and I'm going to be successful no matter what. Okay. And by the way, I'm not holding anything back. If you guys thinking like, Vic, are you holding stuff back? I'm laying out the blueprint, right? That you can model, that I, personally follow in my business to get the response in the marketplace that I get. And I'm not saying that I'm this somebody who is just like super duper, whatever. I'm happy. I'm happy in my marketing. I'm happy with the kind of lifestyle that we have and what I was able to to create in my business. It's not the biggest. I'm not trying to compare myself, and I'm not trying to say that I'm the best marketer that has ever lived, but I'm happy, and that's what it's all about. If you're happy, your bills are paid, you're right. You go where you want to go, you buy what you want to buy, you do what you want to do without asking anybody's permission. To me, that's success, and if you love what you do, that's success. So, again, I can't share with you something I haven't done, but since I've done these things, I can share it with you. So pre-framing is basically, here's a formula for pre-framing, all right? And again, we are going to further explain these and kind of dive into these. But pre-framing is essentially you're identify a problem, right? Whether it's with the, if you're promoting a particular product, there is usually Guys, give me 1 sec here. My battery is about to die, and you might not hear me in like a moment. All right, so I'm gonna have you take a look at this. I'm gonna be right back with you all here in like 30 seconds. Okay, hold on. I'm coming back. I just don't want you to. I don't want to disappear on you and continue talking. Hold on 1 sec here. We'll be back. Hold on. All right, we're back. Should be back online. All right, if you guys can hear me. Let me know if you guys can hear me. 1, 2, 3. Is this good? All right. We should be good. So let me double check, make sure that I'm getting this thing from my microphone. 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're good? Nice. You can hear me. Nice. Okay, so we can continue. All right, so identifying a problem. All right, so we identified a problem. We simply present solution. Again, this is simplifying this stuff. But when you do this deliberately, magic will happen. Okay, always does. We want to cast, this is very, very important, cast a big vision. Okay, we want to cast a big vision, especially if you're working with people, especially if you're building a team, especially if you want to do something significant in your niche, in your industry, if you're in network marketing, MLM, that type of stuff. You want to always cast a big, giant vision. Okay, very, very important for before you even talk about your product, all that. You want to set your own rules. Okay, this is a biggie. Okay, big, big, big with capital B-I-G. So you want to set your own rules as a marketer. You want to call your own shots. Okay, we're gonna a little bit later on here. We're gonna talk about authority, how to engineer authority, how to become authoritative. And one of the ways that you get power, or you engineer power in your business, right? You become a powerful marketer. Is you be authoritative. Okay, how do you know if somebody is an authority? Well, they have an ability to say yes or no, and they have, they say, they have their own rules. So they set their own rules. Okay, as a marketer, see, a lot of marketers, they're afraid to play the game by their rules. They're constantly being pushed around, right, by their people, by their prospects. And if somebody wants to talk to them at 3 o'clock in the morning, they're going to wake up to talk to somebody at 3 o'clock in the morning because that other guy or gal is in a different country. Okay, with all due respect, I don't run my business like that, right? And it's not like if you're going to bend for everybody, under everybody's requests, right? You're not a powerful marketer. Does that make sense? We're going to talk about that here in just a little bit. But you set your own rules for pre-framing. Very, very important. So when we were launching, for those of you guys who saw the Big Idea Mastermind, right, promotions, and when I was promoting a network marketing company, Big Idea Mastermind was a system built around a network marketing company called Empower Network, right? When we were launching that, it started with an idea, literally with an idea. Without website, without anything, right? We were able to launch and have a massive record-setting, record-breaking month in the industry, because a lot what we did was pre-framing. I pre-framed people. Okay, and there was about 1,000 people. I pre-framed people. This piece was implemented. Okay, and we set our own rules. Okay. It played huge role to the success of Big Idea. And we went from 0 to like over 36,000 members in like just over a year, right, on the team. So it works incredible. Position of power. If you want to be getting powerful results, you want to be a powerful marketer. You want to be positioned for power. Okay, you guys can still see this on the bottom here. Okay, so then the last piece here in this invisible stuff, and this is something you might want to pay attention to, because this is going to be it's going to fly through over a lot of people's heads, and some people are not going to pick this up. Okay, but we want to. This is when we're talking about conversions and sell. Okay, so we want to convert and sell as well, and this is going to actually fall in under this internal invisible stuff category. Okay, internal marketing category. When we're talking about selling, we really want to sell without selling. Okay, we want to sell without selling. Sales should never be a thing that you really focus on and focus a lot of your energy on. Okay, I'm just gonna step to the side so you guys can see this. Selling should be an invisible, internal, very non-pushy way of accumulating new customers, okay, or team members. Selling should be, here's an idea for you. In 2015, okay, make it a decision, make it a, I don't like the word goal, but resolve to structuring your business in a way and doing whatever you need to do as a marketer, right, to position yourself as a marketer so that you are not pushing people into buying stuff, but you become the person that people will want to join and buy your stuff. That's kind of the idea, you see. Total paradigm shift. Like 99% of marketers, they are chasing people to buy their stuff. I don't do that. People, some of you guys on here, right? You Facebook me, you email us, you try to get me on Skype and you say, Vic, get me your link. Can I join? Can I buy whatever you're selling? A lot of times I don't even respond, not because I'm trying to be rude or just disrespectful or anything. Number one, I don't have the time to respond to everybody, right? But the reason for that is it's right here. It's engineering, right? It's indoctrination, and it's engineering right here. It's position of power. Okay. Now, as a marketer, there is a way for you to structure your business, and it doesn't matter if you're just getting started or you have been around the block. Okay. I'm going to show you how you can run your business in 2015 so that people are attracted and they're chasing you down. If you can do that, you never have to worry about money, my friend, ever. And that's a beautiful position to be in. Okay, so we're going to talk a lot about that. But selling should be, a lot of people have this sales process as this external thing. Selling should be very smooth thing you don't even focus on. Like people talking about prices and they approach selling with this mindset of like it's something that they, like default thought of a marketer that, well, people don't want to buy. Okay. When I'm promoting something, when I'm setting up my campaign, when I'm running a campaign, or when I'm launching a product or whatever, there is no doubt in my mind that if somebody, the only reason that somebody would not buy what I'm promoting is because they genuinely don't have the money to do it. Okay, and in that case they shouldn't buy it anyways. Okay, but there is no doubt in my mind that I don't even think about a possibility of somebody not wanting to do business with me. It's an internal thing. It's totally invisible, but it's the power of intention that's going to create your reality. Does that make sense? It's whatever your predominant thought is. And some people, I had to work on that myself. But the beautiful thing is we can change that paradigm. If your paradigm is selling is hard, your reality is going to be selling is hard. It's going to be hard for you to sell stuff. If your thinking is selling is easy and people want to buy from me, people want to do business with me, right? It's going to be easy. Okay. But see, this alone, you cannot just pull this out, and just all of a sudden start saying, well, selling is easy, selling is easy, selling is easy, without doing these things, right? Without doing these things in the process. I'm going to walk you through here in a few minutes, but how do you engineer power in your business? Okay, and everything, all of this stuff is gonna click. It's gonna make sense for you just like that. You're gonna be, I think you're gonna benefit from it greatly. Okay, is this okay so far, guys? You guys with me so far? I'll make sure, check out the comments, make sure I'm not the only one here in the room. Okay. Let's see. Okay, you guys with me? Okay, let's talk about the final piece here, which is this big mission, big vision, big outcome box. Okay. Here's the big secret. If you guys are writing down secrets, here's the big secret. Your business is not this. Your business, the core, the heart of your business, is not even this, even though you're in the center of it. But as far as the public is concerned, as far as your marketplace is concerned, okay, and something we're going to dive here in just a few minutes, you're really selling this right here. You're not selling the thing. This blends in with this. It's like that rainbow, right? It's like the colors of the rainbow. There is no beginning, no end. It just kind of it all kind of blends in a perfect way. You can't even tell it apart. Okay, so your big vision, big mission, big outcome, okay, is wrapped around all of this, indoctrination stuff, pre-framing stuff, casting the big vision, all that. Okay, whereas a lot of marketers, the typical marketers of the industry, right? A lot of these guys, they're just focusing on, hey, how can I get more traffic to the offer that I'm promoting, and then how can I get as many of that traffic to subscribe to my list, and then hopefully sell some stuff. If your idea about business, and especially in 2015, is hoping to sell stuff, my friend, you're already lost. Okay, and I hope it's not your intention. I hope your intention is going to be, I'm going to deliberately do this in a way that's going to position me as this attractive person. The stuff I'm selling is okay, but it's irrelevant. I can be selling anything. I can be selling this marker right here. I can be selling the whiteboards. I can be selling tangible, intangible, invisible products. I can be selling courses, information, whatever. Right? It's irrelevant what I'm selling. You see, if you can just get that out of your mind, that you have to focus on selling the product, it's going to be so much easier for you. Okay, you focus on invisible stuff right here. You're selling yourself and you're selling your outcomes. Okay, so what do you sell in outcomes? So for the outcomes is basically this. You create, especially if you're dealing with people, like my, I haven't sold cars, but you can apply this stuff to selling cars if you wanted to. You can apply this stuff to selling insurance. You can apply this stuff to selling houses. You can certainly apply this stuff to building your network marketing company. That's, how many of you guys are part of a network marketing company? Give me a quick why. Just get a gauge here. But if you're a part of a network marketing company, this is going to be piece of cake for you to do. Okay, so here's what you do. You have a clear vision. Okay, or you portray. You cast a very clear vision of what you want to accomplish, your ultimate outcome, your big vision. Okay, this stuff. These are the keywords here. Okay, your mission. What is your mission? Okay. Why are you doing what you're doing, right? So you have a clear vision of where you want to go. This is how you get big. You identify, so your why, okay? We talked about that. If you guys been on my other webinars here, this stuff, it needs to be here. Then you, your mission, you identify what your mission is, okay? What drives you? Okay, and most importantly, why should others pay attention? And why should others pay attention to you? Okay, to you is the keyword here. If you cannot answer, if you can't give an answer to a question like, why should my prospect pay attention to me versus my competitor versus somebody else that's promoting something similar or the same thing, right? If you cannot clearly answer that, you cannot expect to be dominating or really be successful in that area, right, in promoting whatever it is that you're promoting. Okay, so why should somebody pay attention to you as a marketer? Again, it blends into all this stuff, and we're going to talk about everything's going to make sense. I promise you. This is just the beginning. Okay, literally going to give you guys millions of dollars worth of stuff here that can be potentially worth millions of dollars for you and your business. So clear vision is very important. Okay, in this third box. Okay, this is what you master. If you don't have a clear vision for your outcome, for what you want to achieve, especially if you're building a team, you're kind of screwed. Okay, you need to work on that. You need to identify what's your clear vision. Okay, that's number one. Number two is a system. Okay, and a system, what the system is going to do for you is going to focus on creating duplication. Okay, systems should give you duplication in your business. Okay, a system that would give you organic growth. Okay, multiplication in your business. Another system, or another thing that the system should do is it'll give you viral sustainability. And I apologize if you guys can, if this is a little too, let's see here. This is a little too small here. But viral sustainability is basically to where you can unplug yourself from what you're doing. Okay, you build this. You work pretty hard for about 6 months. Okay, 3 to 6 months. You work really, really hard. You deliberately engineer as many of these and kind of inject as many of these pieces into your business as possible. Okay, and then once you have this system operational, once you turn it on, right? Here's how to test it. You should be able to take yourself out of the equation completely, right? And your business should coast. In fact, it shouldn't even coast. It should increase, okay? Because of the viral sustainability, because of the organic growth and duplication, especially if you're dealing with people, especially if you're building a team, okay? But you can also engineer this, even if you have an offline business. There is a way to engineer this model and layer on top of virtually any business in the world. Okay, what's going to work for chiropractors is going to work for online marketers, for authors, speakers, coaches, for everybody. Okay, it's really, really beautiful. And like I said, if you're wondering, like, Vic, how do I put this together? Don't worry, this is part one. We have more stuff coming up, and promise you. Okay, it's going to make sense. Okay, so another component here in this box right here, right, or the big vision, mission, outcome, is you want to. This is what I want to do, right? You want to build your tribe. And people enter into your world. So this is where you create your world. Okay? So when people think of whatever, of the system that you have, of you as a person, okay, they associate you with something bigger than just a website. Okay, something bigger than just a thing or the product. If you equals product, okay, don't even forget about any major success. You cannot be perceived as, your product. Does that make sense? Like when somebody thinks of John Doe and they think immediately of the company that he promotes, right? And if or the product that he promotes or represents, he's dependent on that product. He's dependent on that company. Okay, and therefore he's being controlled by somebody that's outside of his own, right, of himself. You cannot give out control to anybody. No other company, no other individual. You should have full control of yourself as a marketer. Okay, and so to do that, you focus on building your tribe and literally creating your own world as a marketer. Okay, and there is a way to do this. So some things to kind of keep in mind or to think about, right? It becomes all about, here's a magic word, guys. It becomes all about us. It's no longer about you. If you don't want to be associated with a product, if you don't want to be commoditized, right? You want to build your business in a way that when people enter into your world, all of a sudden they become a part of us. Okay? If you can do that, it's going to be easier. It's going to be easier for you to create this vital sustainability, this organic growth, duplication. All this stuff is going to take. So basically, your company, your business takes a life of its own. Okay. It's not about, and it's got to be genuine. Like when I'm, I mean, we're working on High Traffic Academy right now, right? And it's not about Vic, right? It's about us. It's about featuring success stories. It's about honoring great entrepreneurs. It's about honoring people who have never been successful and now they're phenomenally successful. That's about us. It's about becoming extraordinary. It's about helping people become extraordinary, right? And it's people buying into your vision in what you do, and they feel a part of it, and it's genuine. If it's faked, people can smell a fake, a mile away, 40 mile away, right? You cannot fake this stuff. So it's got to be genuine. Second idea to think about, okay, is when you're building your tribe, your world, literally what you're doing is you're creating a loyal army of people with common purpose. Okay, common purpose is a keyword here. Okay, what's the common purpose within your tribe, right? What's the common purpose within your herd? Okay, what is it? Can you identify it? Can people identify it? Right? What's the common purpose? What are you guys all striving to achieve? Not you individually, not anybody, one individual person, but us as a group. See, people want to be a part of us. We want to be a part of groups. We want to be a part of something bigger than ourselves. That's, a lot of people go to churches just because of that reason, because they want to feel a part of something. People join circles and masterminds and communities, and people gather up. Why? Because people want to feel a part of something, right? A part of a community. If you can engineer that community within, whatever you're doing, and have a common purpose, a clear vision as to why you guys are doing this. It's no longer about you, by the way. It's why you guys are doing this. What's your vision or your mission as a group? Man, it becomes powerful. Okay, that's how we build Big Idea from 0 to over 36,000 members in just over a year. Okay, that's how we're gonna take High Traffic Academy. And by the way, full disclosure, for those guys who have asked, and we've been getting tons and tons of emails, I'm not here to sell you High Traffic Academy. You cannot buy it. Okay, don't even ask. You will not be able to buy it. But I'm telling you, I'm being totally transparent as to how I'm building my business. It's our purpose, our common goal, all right, our common purpose as a group, right, is to help entrepreneurs become extraordinary, period. Listen, if you become extraordinary as a marketer, you become extraordinary promoter, extraordinary, iconic like figure in the marketplace, in whatever you're doing, whatever company you're building, whatever product you're selling, you become extraordinary at that. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Question for you. What will happen? Well, you're going to be more confident, right? You're going to have an ability to, create an extraordinary lifestyle for yourself and your family, wouldn't you? Right? You want to change zip code, you become extraordinary at your craft, at what you do. If you want this business to work for you, you focus on becoming extraordinary at what you do. Okay? Then what's going to happen? Well, you give your family what they truly deserve, don't you? Right? You become extraordinary husband, you become extraordinary wife, you become extraordinary father, mother, a lover, you become extraordinary human being, don't you? Right? You become extraordinary person. Now, then what happens? When you become extraordinary at what you do, you have confidence that spills over into other areas of your life. Then what happens? Now you're able to help other people become extraordinary by showing them how you became extraordinary. Does that make sense? Okay? So I'm being totally transparent with you. This is our common purpose. Okay? And any marketer promoting anything, whether it's a business opportunity, whether it's your own products, if you're a chiropractor, if you're, a health practitioner, if you're, insurance agents, real estate agent, business people, right? Their life depends on what they do. A lot of times, especially for the, 100% commissions kind of guys, if they don't get good at marketing and getting their message out there, getting their products sold in a major way, right? If they don't know how to become extraordinary at that, right? Everything else in their life is going to be affected. But if we help them, right? See, everything comes down to, especially what we do as marketers, is being good at marketing. Okay, that's why I wanted to share this with you guys. And I'm going to walk you through this at no cost. You will be able to apply this in your business, get results. Okay. All right. So then something else. Let's see. You guys can still see this. me see if I can turn this down just a bit here. Hopefully you guys can be able to see. Okay, let's see. All right, you should be able to see that. Okay, but this is another one, okay? You have, within your tribe, what you do is you set different levels, you set different ranks, and you challenge people to, you know, to stretch themselves, you know, to stretch them, right? Here's the thing. If you help somebody, you know, I forgot who said this, but you know, there was one guy who said, when your mind stretches with an idea, it never goes back to the same, you know, thinking that it was, or the same size. I'm totally paraphrasing, probably totally screwing this up. But once you get an idea, once you get exposed to what's possible, right? Once you become a part of something great, right? You become infected. It's infectious, it's contagious, right? And so all of a sudden, right, you have this sense of, you know what, I can achieve that, I can do more, and you have this drive within you. So what you do within your company, within your, you know, your herd, within your group, is you set different ranks and you let people, you know, strive to achieve and hit different ranks. Okay, it's very very important. So ranks, and this is something that we are going to be also implementing in our business, and it's going to be really, really awesome for those guys who are here, and you guys are you know, members of, you know, what we're doing. You guys will see this is going to be very, very awesome. Status, right? Right? People want to have certain status when they hit certain ranks, right? That kind of stuff. And a big thing is, if you want to have a very, very loyal follower base, especially your customers, especially these people who are going to be your evangelists for what you do, for your system, for the US Club, right? For what you do, is you focus on this thing. Lifestyle, okay? Everybody wants to have an awesome lifestyle, right? Who wouldn't? Who doesn't want to have a lifestyle? Everybody wants to have a really awesome lifestyle, right? And so if you can blend that in with your marketing, it's going to be magical in your business, okay? Are you guys with me so far? You guys with me so far? Yes, Charles. Any mind that has been stretched never returns back to its original position. Boom. Yes, that's what I was looking for. Thank you, sir. Okay. All right. So just check and make sure you guys are here. Okay. So I wanna walk you guys through. I want to walk you through the 5 sales breakthroughs. Okay, that you can focus on. Do we need any more time with this stuff? Because I will be erasing it. Let me just take like a 30-second pause, go to the side, and you tell me if we need any more time. If you guys need more time, if you want to take screenshots, whatever, you know, feel free to do that. Do whatever you want with this. I will be erasing this because I will be showing you guys something else that's really, really, really sweet. That's going to allow you to position and kind of engineer this box right here, box, this area of your business, right? See, where most marketers are focusing on is just very, very shallow, very, very linear thinking, right? Which is just, hey, traffic, and I just need to get a few sales so I can make a few bucks, and that's their concept of what they do, and that's what they want to do, and then they're wondering why am I not successful? Okay, if you're gonna do that, you're gonna be just like the 98%ers, just like the 99%ers. You cannot operate like that, right? Linear thinking is gonna get you linear results, which is less than $100 a month, is what typical, you know, member of our community, as the internet marketing community, earns per month. I've surveyed tons of people, right? You wanna think bigger. You wanna operate your business. You wanna show up like nobody else. Okay. Restroom break time. Okay. Let's move ahead. Okay, let's move ahead. So nice. I want to show you guys some things here. All right. Let me see. What we will be doing is I'm going to be walking you guys through. So, you know,
I just gave you a lot of like big picture, a lot of ideas, a lot of stuff to think about. Okay. What we will be doing is, if you, especially if you're somebody new, like if you're thinking there, you know, maybe you're sitting like this and you're going big, totally get it, man. But dude, I don't even know what to promote, man. How do I find something to promote? How do I start? Like, what's my point A, point B? How do I actually take this framework and start it from the very, very beginning? How many of you guys would like to know that? How do you go from the very beginning, from an inception of an idea, finding something to promote, and then creating all this stuff around it, right? And then turning that business into something incredible, something that can be sustainable, you know, and viral, right? Self-growing, you know, organically. Okay. What my intention is this. My intention is to literally walk you through that entire process for free. Okay. And what you guys will need to do is you'll need to pay attention to what we'll be putting out here. You know, the trainings we're going to be putting out over the next, you know, several days, over the next, you know, couple coming weeks. I will gonna walk you through, and you can literally. My honest intention is for you to grab this, apply it in your business, and send us your testimonials. Okay, and make a lot of money so you can buy our stuff. All right, that's being straight up with you. You can literally take these ideas and you can implement them right away and put them to the test. Don't take my word for them. Put them to the test yourself, and just do it genuinely. Just do it with, like, as if your life depended on it, and you're gonna say, you know what, I'm just gonna test that big guy out, man. I'm gonna prove to myself that I can do something significant this year, right? I'm gonna prove to myself that enough is enough, right? And I'm actually gonna make something happen here. I'm gonna produce a result in my business this year, right? You can do it. You can do it. Okay. So let me share with you my screen. I'm gonna walk you through these 5 breakthroughs. I could do it all tonight, but you know, it would be a very long training, and I don't know if you guys will be able to sit through it. Alrighty. All right. So here's what I want you guys to do. Since I don't see my screen from another monitor, you have to tell me if you see my screen. And when you see my screen, we're going to continue, okay? You want me to sing you a song or something? Somebody's saying, how's Vic? Really want to know. I'm doing awesome, my friend. Sharon, I'm doing wonderful. Okay, cool. All right, cool. You guys see my screen. Okay, so here's 5 sales breakthroughs. Okay, you might want to jot these down. This is where a lot of stuff are gonna begin. All right, for you, for your business. This stuff is ninja. Ninja, 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 ninja. Okay, did I say ninja yet? Ninja. All right, double, triple, quadruple ninja. All right. This stuff is going to give you breakthroughs in your business like you will not believe. It's going to separate you from the crowd, from the rest of the crowd, like you will not believe. Okay. If you guys want to get more coffee, Louis, go get some more coffee, man. 2,500 people in the room, man. That's okay. So let's just go through it. Okay. So number 1, breakthrough number 1 is power. Okay. We kind of touched upon this a little bit. Okay. Just a little bit. Most marketers are powerless. Most marketers are powerless. If you want to have powerful business, you have to engineer power. Okay. Number 1 form of self-sabotage is doing things incrementally better or a little bit better. Okay. This is the number 1 form that you can sabotage your business and yourself. Okay. Is do things in just a little bit better than the other guy. Okay. Just a little bit better. You cannot operate like that. Okay, the last thing you ever want to come across or appear to others as is another marketer or another salesman. So if you are promoting or building a team, okay, the last thing you want to do is to appear to other people as just another guy, another affiliate. If you're promoting affiliate products, you don't want to be just another affiliate. Okay, It's important to note. $1 million ideas, guys. $1 million ideas. And it's going to be, it's going to go over some people's heads, and that's fine. Totally get it. But for those of you guys who will get it, your businesses will never be the same again. And we are going to talk about how to engineer that actually, okay? Selling is about power, okay? For selling to be easy, here's a breakthrough idea for you, right? For selling to be easy, the marketer, the salesman, let's just call him, quote unquote salesman, whatever, we're all salespeople. We're selling stuff all day long, right? You're selling your products, your ideas, you're selling your services, you're selling, your books, you're selling your courses, coaching, whatever you're selling, right? Even if you work at the bank and you're working at the collections department, like I used to do, and and you're getting people to pay their credit card bill, you're selling them on the idea why they should pay, right? You see what I'm saying? So everything is selling, okay? For selling to be easy, the salesman must take all the power away from the buyer, all right? The seller has to be perceived by the buyer as having all the power. $1 million idea, folks. At least that, okay? So how do you take the power from the buyer and have the buyer perceive you, right, as having all the power? When you can do that, selling is going to be easier. Okay, so how do you create the creation of power? So let me walk you through this. One sec, over here. All right, give me 1 sec. No professional stuff here, guys. I'm just gonna, take this thing over here that I just purchased before this hangout. I'm gonna sprinkle my board like that and like that. All right. And like that. And I'm going to take this bounty. Somebody came up with a clever idea. I'm just going to erase it like that. And I'm going to draw something. I'm going to draw a pyramid for you guys. All right. Is this stuff boring, guys? Are you, anybody sleeping yet? Let me know. Hope it's not. Hope it's not. Okay. Some more water, whatever the solution is. Okay, here we go. Typical people sleep now. Okay, cool. All right, so I want to show this to you guys because this is what. Okay. So the creation of power. So how do you engineer power in your business, right? You guys want to know, how do you engineer power in your business? And I'll show you that in a moment. Okay. Okay. So here's how. You can see this here. I can go a little bit here. Okay, cool. I learned, I did not come up with this concept, to be honest with you. I learned this. I'm a good student, okay? I buy stuff. Do you guys see my screen or do you see me? Hold on. Hold on a sec. I think something weird is going on here. Okay. I'm actually going to wait for you guys to give me a feedback. Let me know if I'm clear for you. Let me know if I'm coming across clear, yeah? Because I see this thing's a little flickery for some reason. You guys can see me okay? Quality is good, sound is good. Check, 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 check. Yep, screen. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna go on, and if anything weird is going on, just tell me. And if somebody can maybe text me, if Paul or somebody's on the line. Okay, cool. So I learned this. I'm a good student, okay? And I suggest you be a good student, okay? I never, even when I was broke, even when I did not have money to pay some bills. Even when I was just frustrated out of my mind, right, and disgusted with my situation because I was not successful, because I was grinding it. Listen, you could not convince me that I wasn't already a millionaire. And it's not about money. No, money is just paper. It's not like people who just like worship money. They're the most miserable people in the world. It's not about money. It's never been about money. It will never be about money. And I suggest for you not to focus all your attention, and don't center this around money. Money is you know, it's here today. It's not here tomorrow. It's something else tomorrow. Money should never be your focus or the thing that you're after. Okay, it's great. It's a servant. Okay, what you're really after is what the money is going to get you. Right? It's a lifestyle. It's the taking care of your family. It's the giving them the best that they can possibly get. Right? So, to me, the status of being a seven-figure earner, right, it was like ultimate, because I did not see it as like dollars and cents. I saw it as a lifestyle. I saw it as being able to take a family on pretty much anywhere in the world you wanted to, just because you can, just because they deserve it, just because you're able to, right? And it's not having to worry about stuff in life. That's what I associated that with. I don't know about you, but that was what drove me. And so with that in mind, you couldn't convince me I wasn't already a millionaire when I was struggling. I just knew it's coming. How many of you guys know this thing is coming for you, right? How many of you guys know you can just feel it deep down inside of you? You just know that, you know what, man, this is my year, right? This is it, man. I just feel it. It's near. And I'm gonna have that breakthrough in my business, and I can almost taste it, right? I can sense it, I can smell it. It's right here, right? How many of you guys can do that? All right? See, I was like that, and that feeling, that sense of, you know what, it's near, right? Success is near, what drove me, and I kept coming back, and I kept buying products and courses and learning. And I kept listening, and I kept being like a sponge, and I kept, implementing the ideas and staying up until 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning and pulling all-nighters if I had to, right? I find it amazing that some people say, you know what, I have to work at 8 o'clock in the morning, so I have to go to bed at 10 o'clock to get my 8 hours of sleep. You kidding me? You kidding me? If that's your mindset, you're gonna be working for the rest of your life. We need to get uncomfortable temporarily to get comfortable later. When I'm working on a project, when I'm working on something, I'm going to pull all-nighters. Sometimes I'm operating on 2 hours of sleep, like I have been over the last weeks now, probably months, right? Why? Because I know what I want. I know my ultimate outcome. I know what I'm creating. I know this thing drives me. Right? What's your driving? If you don't have that driving force, that kind of pulls you, right? You're going to be going to bed at 9 o'clock in the morning, in the evening. You're going to be getting your 8 hours of sleep, and you're going to be making somebody else rich while, you're just barely getting by. I don't think that's what you want if you're here tonight, especially if you're up at this time of the day or the wee hours, if you're in a different country. Listen, be like a sponge, apply these stuff. Okay, so let's talk about this power stuff. Okay, so creation of the power. There is, if you can imagine, let's draw this pyramid right here, okay? I learned this from a very, very smart guy, Mr. DK, okay? You guys can see this pyramid, right? We're gonna talk about pyramid, not the pyramid scheme, it's a different kind of pyramid, the pyramid of power, okay? Let's just call it that. Okay, so on the very bottom here, and this is where most of our community is hanging out. Unfortunately, they're just general affiliates. They're being a generalist. Okay, they're just another marketer. They're the they're just another promoter. What do they call them? What do they call them in network marketing companies too? Or distributor. They're just another distributor that's trying to make it, right? A step above that is a specialist. Okay, I'm just going to draw this out for you, and we're going to talk a little bit about that, and then how do you engineer it. A step above that is an authority specialist. Okay, a step above that is celebrity specialist. Okay, and then the very pinnacle of this is authority, celebrity, spelled with a C, of course, big. Yeah, I can spell. Celebrity. Authority, celebrity, specialist. So if you're promoting, let's say if you're promoting a company, a product, okay? If you're promoting and building a team, if you're promoting whatever, right? Network marketing company, affiliate products, affiliate promotions, if you're promoting your own products, if you are, building, trying to get clients for your offline business, whatever it is that you're doing, right? This stuff applies to everything that you're doing, virtually every single business, okay? Maybe with some massaging and some weird businesses, but for the most part, it's going to be applicable to everything, okay? So most marketers in our community, they're just general. So think about it. If let me explain to you how this works. Let me share my screen. Okay. Let me share my screen with you guys here. Okay. So this is the example of an authority sale. Okay. An authority sale is this. God forbid we get like chest pains or some other kind of pains, right? That just like, it just weirds us out, right? And it's not like your typical headache or whatever, right? You get something a little bit more serious. So what happens, right? You go to a trusted generalist, your regular doctor, right? The family doctor, and the family doctor is going to send you to have a diagnostic test, right? Done, right? He's going to send you for testing. What happens is then you get referred to a specialist, right? By the way, you have to fight to get access to see the specialist, right? It's not as easy to get to a specialist. Pay attention to what's going on in this medical field. And so all you guys who are doctors, you will know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So normally to the generalist, to the family doctor, you can schedule an appointment for today. You want to see somebody today? Boom, you got it. Okay. Normally, if the regular family doctor or the generalist, if they're not in, they can call a substitute, right? To kind of fill in for him, right? Can you imagine a heart surgeon or a brain surgeon calling in a substitute to do an operation on you, right? It doesn't happen, right? So to see a specialist, a lot of times we have to wait, weeks, sometimes even months to see specialists, right? We're inconvenienced from the very beginning to the end, and then the specialist tells us what to do, and what happens is we do it, right? If a specialist gives people prescription, that thing gets filled on the way home, right? That is not questioned. Okay, that's not questioned. Now, how can we get the same luxury of selling like that as marketers is the big question. Okay, how do we get that? So how do we create authority in selling? Well, when we view someone as an authority figure, what do we view them as? We view them as expert, okay? So they're much more knowledgeable about whatever, X than others, okay? We view them as recognized by others as an expert. If they've been interviewed, if they're being, written about, that kind of stuff, right? So other people are, recognize them as experts. And then there is symbols of being an expert. Okay, what are the symbols of being an expert in our industry? Okay, so first of all, let's talk about whatever you're doing. You have to be more knowledgeable about whatever it is that you're doing than other people. If you're building a team, you have to know more about team building and leadership and people skills and psychology and marketing than any other person on your team, especially your followers. Okay, because if you're not, then why not, right? You're not being perceived as an expert. You're not being, and therefore you will not have the power that you could have, right, if you could engineer that. Does that make sense? Symbols of being an expert, right? So a symbol of being an expert is, and this is, to be totally transparent with you guys, one of the biggest things in our industry that is, without a question, without a doubt, automatically by default, people perceive somebody as being an expert is if they have a book. Okay, and guess what? Guess what Vic's gonna do? Guess what Vic is going to do, right? That's right. Again, I'm being totally transparent with you guys. That's what I'm gonna implement in my business. I'm gonna share with you what I'm gonna do, right? I'm gonna write a book about what I've been doing for the last whatever long I've been doing this successfully, right, as a marketer. And what's my area of expertise? Guess what? It's traffic and conversion, because that's what I've been mastering and focusing on all my attention, right? So what else, what other symbols of expertise? Well, you can do, you should have an online presence. So if you don't have a blog, right, it's going to be pretty difficult for you to show your expertise, right? So you should have a blog. You should have your own hub, your central hub. You should have your website as a person, as a marketer, your personal site, okay, that people can go to check out who you are, check out some of the stuff, what you stand for, what you stand against, right? Why, how are you different from everybody else? That kind of stuff, right? Your presence as an online marketer, some of the symbols of being an expert, right? How else, what else do authority figures have, right? How else can we view them? By what? We view them by how powerful they are, right? And if somebody can say yes or no and kind of set their own terms, right, we view them automatically as more powerful, don't we? And when you do that genuinely, and when you do that with not, without being this arrogant or this douchey, person, you know what you've got, you know your expertise, you know what you're worth, you know where you're going, you have your outcome clear, right? You know what you're going to achieve. You have the power when you have an ability to say yes or no to your prospects, to the people that you work with. Okay, somebody who is not easily and readily accessible, right? So in the beginning, especially if you're brand new, it might be a little bit difficult for you, right? But as soon as you start getting some traction, okay, how you get that snowball rolling faster and kind of getting bigger and bigger faster is you don't make yourself accessible to everybody who wants to talk to you the minute they want to talk to you, right? You can still talk to people, you can still deal with people, but you work on your own terms, right? You set your own terms. That gives you power, okay? We're going to be talking about how to inject this and how do you actually position this in your marketing, in your campaigns, in your business. It's going to, again, it's going to make perfect sense if you follow, the rest of the trainings that we're going to be covering. Does that make sense? And then lastly is, how do you get authority, right? You be authoritative, right? You appear authoritative. How do you appear authoritative? You speak and act in a certain way. You speak and you speak and act like an authority. Okay? How do you speak? How do you engineer that? How do you speak and act as an authority? Well, you want to be, I don't know if you can see my cursor here, but you want to make sure that you know your stuff, right? Identify the single area that you're going to be perfecting as a marketer. The single area that you're going to master like nothing else, and you're going to get extremely good at it and be an expert in, okay? If you're a marketer, I suggest traffic. You can't really go wrong with traffic conversions. It might be leadership. It might be, inspiring people, right? But it's whatever is going to get you the outcome that you want. If you're building a team, listen, you got to be a powerful promoter. You got to be a powerful leader. You got to be a powerful persuader, right? So traffic, conversions, and leadership. Okay, those are going to be your areas, and you can blend them together, and you can be an expert, right? Let's say on a team building, right? And so that kind of falls under that category. Does that make sense? So how would an authority speak and act? Right? It's your tone of your voice. It's when you're talking to somebody. If you do a webinar, let me give you guys an example. If you do a webinar, How many people we still got in the room here? All right, 24. Wow, still over 24. If you do a webinar, and if you cannot be looking at the camera just like I'm looking at you right now, and you don't, like, you're not being totally okay with it, right? You don't feel totally confident about the stuff that you're talking about, you're not an authority. You know, if you're doing a webinar, if you're doing a hangout, if you're talking to your prospects, if you're talking from stage, eye contact, my friend, is a sign of authority. Okay, very, very important. A lot of times I see marketers. You know, doing hangouts, and they don't know where to put their eyes. I mean, they're like looking everywhere but the camera. Guess what? This right here, this lens that I'm looking at right now, I'm the only person in this room right now, right? We've got 2,400 of you, over 2,400 of you watching this live right now. And guess what? As I'm looking into that lens, I'm looking you right in your eyes, don't I? Right? And so that's a sign of authority, right? So when you are shooting your videos, okay, don't be staring like, you know what I mean, like you're some kind of weirdy, right? But you want to look, you want to have that, you want to act and speak in a certain way, right? That would project authority on your topic. Now, the best way to be authoritative and speak authoritatively is to know your stuff, right? If you don't know what you're talking about, it's going to be pretty difficult to fake it. Right? Some people can try to do it, but it's going to be pretty difficult. So you got to be genuine, right? When you're genuine, somebody can wake you up at 2 o'clock in the morning. They can start talking to you about your topic, and you'd be like, you know, you're sharp because you know that's what you live, breathe, and you know this is your thing. Does that make sense? So you be a specialist in a particular thing. See what I'm saying here? So you literally just, instead of you being a generalist, just another marketer. The last thing you want to do, by the way, is be perceived as another marketer. At least a step above, you be a specialist, at least. Because from this position right here, this is where like 98% of marketers are at. That's where they're floating it. And income over here is like less than $100 a month, okay? As soon as you decide, you know, I'm gonna be good at something, right? And I'm gonna perfect that skill, all of a sudden, my friend, what you just did is you just separate yourself. You just went, bip, right? A step higher. And guess what? All of a sudden, if you're focusing on perfecting one thing and one thing only, right? And you will decide whatever specialty you're gonna be putting out there in the marketplace. Like for myself, it's traffic conversions. Okay, that's my specialty. That's what I'm buying. I know everything that's out there that, you know, that's about traffic. And by the way, what I'm going to talk to you, you know, if you guys want to know traffic, stay tuned for this stuff coming up. Again, for free, I'm going to walk you through something that's going to blow your mind. Okay, so at least be a specialist in something. Okay. Now you be an authority specialist, right? When you start talking about your thing in a certain way, it's very, very easy step up, extremely easy step up, okay? So you're an expert, right? You're a specialist / expert, okay? And then as soon as you start talking in a certain way and acting in a certain way, all of a sudden you're being perceived by the public as authority specialist. Super easy step. So you can literally go from this to this just like that. Okay. Now getting over here, celebrity specialist, right? You become celebrity by what? You become celebrity when? How do we classify somebody as celebrity? How? They're on TV. They're in newspapers. They're in magazines, or not newspapers, but magazines, right? TV and magazines. That's it, right? In movies. You become celebrity when you get comfortable being on camera, right? When you get comfortable being interviewed by other people, right? When people see you in videos that's not ghetto looking. That makes sense? I'm gonna step on some toes here. So many marketers out there, they flip out their iPhone and their background is like, you know, this, it portrays like, you know, and again, guys, with all due respect, I mean, we have 2,400 people here on this training. And I respect every single one of you. I don't know your background. I don't know where you live. I don't know, what situation you're in. Heck, I was in a situation to where I did not have a $1.19 to my name. We lived in a very, very, ghetto neighborhood in a one-bedroom apartment. I know what it's like to be there. That's why I can speak about this stuff, in a certain way, with that, emotional authority, so to speak, because I know where I came from, right? I've been on food stamps. I know what it's like to be that, right? So I'm not some dude who has never struggled and he's trying to be somebody that's like, above somebody else, right? But here's a tip for you. If you want to be perceived as an authority on a topic, and if you recall, right, what we talked about, we talked about you want to have your own community, right? You want to build your own tribe, and you want to portray this lifestyle, because at the end of the day, people are after lifestyles, aren't they? Right? And if you're promoting a lifestyle, man, and you want to be perceived, you want to go over here and you want to start doing videos, right? What do you think? How do you think people will perceive you if you're shooting a video on your iPhone? An iPhone is great, by the way, great quality video, right? But what if you're promoting and talking about all this kind of money that you're making and the kind of lifestyle that people have, and you're shooting a video and your background is very ghetto, right? It's like, it looks like a trailer house. It looks like, you're living in like, just a very, very, crappy place, right? Do you think you will be building a celebrity special? Do you think you will be perceived as the celebrity specials, right? Do you think you will be attractive to people? Listen, if you're promoting a lifestyle deal, right? If you want to portray something attractive to the marketplace, you be deliberate at how you move as a marketer. If you don't have a good place to shoot videos, right? Stand in front of a white screen. Go to Amazon and order a seamless white background. You're gonna be much better off, right? If you are, if you don't have a cool car, right, and you have an old beat up Honda Civic, that's barely alive, and you're driving in the thing talking about how much money people can make, right? You will never be perceived as an authority or celebrity, especially celebrity, right? Doing stuff like that. Does that make sense? So be very conscious of this kind of stuff, right? Be deliberate. Every single thing needs to be purposeful, right? And strategic, okay? But here's the thing. Never ever, talk about stuff that, like, never say, like, I'm making, $500,000 a year if you're not. Never say I'm making $20,000 a month if you're not. You don't have to talk about money, right? But as a marketer, see, it's very easy to build celebrity. You get very good. You decide what you're going to be focusing on as your specialty, okay? You learn as much as you can about that topic. You start training. You start talking like you know what you're talking about, right? You act before you be. Act before you be, right? Act before you become. You act as if. And then if you're deliberate and genuine about it, you will become that. That makes sense? You can literally step into this role right here the minute you decide it. Like when you are on the webinar, right, and you watched a webinar, or when you're, let's say, you guys are some of you guys in High Traffic Academy 2.0, beta testers, right? And so you learn a strategy about traffic generation. And if you say, you know what, I'm building a team here, and I'm going to teach them, I'm going to be a celebrity authority on team building, or business growth, or whatever your thing is, right? And traffic happens to be one of that. Well, you watch a module, you watch it 5 times or 10 times or 15 times until you actually get it for yourself. And you get it to the point to where you can explain it to somebody else and they can get it. That's how you know that you got it, by the way, right? But when you explain it to them in a certain way with a certain tone of your voice, looking them directly in the eye through the camera, right? And immediately they will perceive you as celebrity specialist right here. So it's actually very easy to raise to the top. Now, authority celebrity specialist is ultimately where you want to be at, okay? Because when you're here, you have people Skyping you, you have people Facebooking you, they're literally chasing you down to buy your stuff. And you don't have to respond to everybody, not because you're rude, but simply because that's not how you operate. Like I have a lot of people, and guys, again, with all due respect to you, I respect every one of you. I'm getting bombarded with, you know, Facebook messages, private messages, over 1,000 right now sit in my inbox. Overwhelming majority of them are like, hey, Vic, you know, thank you very much. Can we be friends? Can I get involved? That kind of stuff, right? Can I buy your stuff? What are you working on? You know, it's people chasing you down, but I'm not gonna, you know, I don't respond to people one-on-one just because that's not my business model, right? And I will forego some sales, you know, I will leave some sales on the table on you know, for a temporary loss to get a much greater gain later because of the positioning that you hold as a marketer. Does that make sense? Guys, I'm talking about some very, very advanced stuff right here, right? But I hope your goal is not to be this typical just mini me, let me just try to make a buck here promoting whatever I'm promoting. I hope your goal for 2015 is to become this grounded, right? This massive iconic figure like marketer in the marketplace because you can. Okay, let me see. There's a couple other things I wanted to show you here, and we're almost done. Believe it or not, we're almost done for this training. Man, we've been going on for a couple hours over here. Okay, you guys should be able to see my screen. Okay, so we talked about authority. How do you get it? Okay, yeah, you'll be speak authoritatively, all that good stuff. Okay, so no picture and sound. Am I coming across to you guys? Okay, here's the big idea, right? Arrive like no one else. Practice shock and awe. Okay, and what does that mean? Well, you do things that nobody else is doing in the marketplace. Everybody else is pushing, pushing, pushing. You be a giver. I give out a lot of stuff. I give out a lot of trainings. I give out a lot of ideas. I give out a lot of really awesome, you know, really useful stuff. Not just like something I just read in the book or whatever, right? I don't practice that. I give out stuff from my experience. See, first of all, you got to be a doer yourself, right? You got to go through stuff. You got to be a good student of the business. You got to be a good implementer. You got to have your own perspective on things. And then you talk about it and you do what most marketers are not willing to do. Because most marketers are not willing to take the time to invest in themselves to learn the strategies and, more importantly, apply and get results, right? And get perspective. When you do that, you're going to practice something called shock and awe, right? To where you share an idea with somebody and they go, wow, they have a breakthrough. And because of that breakthrough, immediately in their perception, you know, you just elevated yourself, you know, to this celebrity authority status. And that's what they see you as. Does that make sense? So arrive like nobody else. Breakthrough idea number 2 is emotion. Okay, emotion. Guys, here's the thing. Most people do not purchase through the process of rational thought. It's just a fact, okay? Most people arrive at the decision first and then go through the process of rationalization, okay? We decide whether we want to buy something or not, and then we rationalize. You know, we rationalize the decision. Does that make sense? So what's here to understand as marketers? Well, smart marketers supply the rationalizations, but never rely on them in order to make a sale. Okay, so selling is a transference of feelings. Okay, that's what, you know, Zig Ziglar said that when he was alive. Great, great, great mentor. I learned so much from Zig. Selling is a transference of feelings. Okay, now people buy feelings. Okay, think about it. People buy feelings. People make purchases by feelings, by certain feelings that they have. Okay, and if we can evoke a certain feeling in people, then, you know, we can either sell a thing or not, right? People actually buy feelings. Think of Harley Davidson. Think of, you know, think of all these weird niches that, you know, there is no rational, you know, think of people flying like, you know, private, for example, right? And paying, you know, $30,000, $40,000 to go from one state to another state instead of like $900 ticket. Okay, there is no rational thought, but it's the feeling that they're buying. Why, you know, why do people buy Ferraris? Why do people spend, you know, $1 million? Why do people spend $3 million in buying, you know, the Veyrons of the world, right? Why? Do they actually need to pay $3 million to buy 4 wheels and a steering wheel and, you know, 2 doors and a piece of, you know, metal, you know, or plastic? No, they buy a certain feeling. Okay, so we as marketers, we need to understand that. People buy in response to your feelings. It's how you feel about thing is a lot of times people will buy that. People will buy your enthusiasm or lack of it. Okay, if you're not enthusiastic about what you do, forget about it. Okay, people buy by bonding with the seller, with you. Okay, so if you have a shared feeling, like if you know a story, everybody has a story of struggle, right? That can be your asset, your biggest asset one day as a marketer. Okay, so don't let don't discount your story. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3 is positive manipulation, my friend, basically is this. Okay, people want to be entertained. Okay, marketers who understand this, they have a lot of success. It goes with like pattern interrupts, right? You entertain somebody by doing a pattern interrupt, for example, by doing something that they wouldn't expect. Okay, maybe you come on a video and you just be totally detached from the outcome of that presentation, right? And you just be totally yourself versus you trying to be and sound and look all polished and this professional. And well, that in and of itself can be a pattern interrupt, because most marketers, when they get on a video, they want to sound like the television people sound and look like the TV people look, right? All polished and professional and everything. Look, you want to, if you're portraying, if you're standing for a certain lifestyle, right? You don't want to come across as a bum, obviously, or somebody who is just going to repel people. But you want, how can you interrupt their pattern? How can you show up like they wouldn't expect, but that would entertain them, right? And just kind of get their attention, and it's going to spark them. I want to listen to this guy or this gal, right? People want somebody to change their state of mind, right? Why do we go to events? Why do we watch movies? Why do people go to shows and all that stuff? Why? Because people want somebody else to change their state of mind. It's just a fact, okay? And as a marketer, if you can include these in your marketing campaigns, right, in your messages, you can change their state of mind. How can we change their state of mind? Well, we can tell stories, right? We can ask them questions, thought-provoking questions that will change their state of the mind. And then, you take control, okay? The earlier you take control of the conversation, of the sales, of just your positioning on things, right, the easier it's going to be for you. Breakthrough number 4 is this concept of money. I'm going to just fly through this, guys, because I don't, we've been going on here for 2 hours. This concept of money, right? False belief about price. A lot of marketers have this perception that, whatever they're selling is too much. How I was able to become the #1 income earner in, the company that I was a part of in the network marketing industry, namely Empower Network, is because money, I did not sell based on money. I did not look at money as a barrier, okay? Fewer than 10% of people in any population, I don't care where you live in the world. I don't care if you live in the United States or Uganda, right? Fewer than 10% of people, if they're gonna buy anything, okay, fewer than 10% of any population use price as one of the top 3 determining factors in buying decisions. Did you catch that? Okay. Now, 90% of marketers will sell as if 90% of their prospects buy based on price. You see, this is going to make sense, and this would be, you could logically explain this, right, if we did not talk about all the stuff that we talked about up until this point. If you were solely selling a thing based on price, it's virtually impossible. Unless you can be Walmart, it's virtually impossible. Okay? How Walmart is dominating? Well, it's because they're just dominating based on price. The lowest prices, right? That's their motto. But almost nobody else can do that. We certainly can do that, right? So if we're not gonna compete based on price, and if you're gonna compete based on price, you're gonna attract the lowest of the lowest of the lowest. Okay, and those people are not going to do anything, and they'll blame you for everything. It's just not, it's just going to be a headache in your business. Okay, so get rid of this false belief that people are not able to afford whatever you're selling. Okay, don't even think about price as being an issue. Focus on building you and building your intrinsic and your invisible value. See what I'm saying? And thing number five is, or breakthrough number 5 is system. But guys, here's what I'm gonna do. Was this? And still over 2,300 people in the room after 2 hours, guys. Is this stuff? Are you getting this? Is this useful? Do you want to dive deeper into this kind of stuff and this concept and actually take it? Dissect all these different pieces and see how you can engineer it in your business. This training is actually what I'm doing is I'm actually recording this for, as one of the bonus. By the way, so you guys who High Traffic Academy, this is going to be added as one of the bonus trainings inside of the High Traffic Academy members area, and we'll have the accompanying PDFs and the resource and everything else coming, being included with that. But I wanted to put this out there for my followers, for you guys, just because this stuff will make a difference. Do you see how this can position you as a powerful, authoritative, iconic-like figure in the marketplace as a marketer in 2015? Do you think how this can really make a difference for you? Do you see how this is dramatically different and totally different paradigm shift from what everybody else is doing out there as a marketers, right? Let me take a look at the comments here. Yep. So here's what I'm going to do. If this was a little bit overwhelming for you, as far as, like drinking from a fire hose or something like that, right? Don't worry. What I'm going to do is I just gave you a lot to think about, okay? Deliberately. I want you guys to start dissecting this, start thinking, start turning this in your head. And if you took notes, go through your notes and, and see how can I apply this? How can I engineer this? How can I come up with this? And kind of take initiative on that stuff yourself, right? And then what we're going to do is I'm going to be releasing more detailed trainings for you guys, right? That you'll be able to get your hands on, again, for free. There's going to be no cost. It's not going to, it's not a bait and switch deal, whatever. It's genuine information, this kind of style, okay? And we're going to talk about how do you start from the very, very beginning. I'm not going to assume that you're somebody who already has a product. I'm going to walk you through from the concept of, I'm total newbie. I'm just like, I want to be successful. I want to provide the best lifestyle for my family. I want 2015 to be my year, man. But I don't know how to start. I don't know what product to promote. I don't know what niche to go to. I don't know how do I put all these pieces together. I'm going to walk you through that starting from the very beginning, and then we're going to loop back and circle all the way back to what we talked about today, and everything's going to magically click, right, for you, and you'll be able to do whatever you want to do in 2015. And of course, if you do decide to take, more further coaching, there's going to be opportunities for you to do that as well. All right. So, but genuinely, guys, my genuine, honest desire is to help you. Bottom line, right? If nothing else, put this to the test. At least test out some of these ideas and see how it's going to work out for you. Okay, folks, listen. I appreciate you. I hope you got a nugget or two from this training. I hope it was, it served you. Man, after 2 hours and some minutes here now, I look forward to talking to you soon. I will be talking about traffic a lot. There's going to be an entire section dedicated on traffic, okay? And I'm going to walk you through a method. I'm going to walk you through a lot of different traffic strategies that you can implement, specific ones. And I'm going to walk you through a strategy that I haven't shared with anybody publicly ever in the last 10 years. But I've been implementing in my business. It was totally under the radar. It brought me almost 500,000 subscribers without spending a single dime on marketing. And here's the thing. Even if you're just getting started in the industry, even if you just got in yesterday, you can implement that strategy in your business, and it's going to work for you just like that. It will work for you if you do how I'm going to show you how I've set it up for myself, because it's virtually, there is very, very little, very few moving parts to that strategy. It's awesome. It's like magic, and it just works. Okay, it's going to be very, very good for you. So if you are interested, I suggest pay super close attention. You got to whitelist the email address, whatever you got to do. Set your alarms for next trainings. When this stuff is coming up, you'll be notified via email. Okay, so pay attention to that stuff. That stuff is coming, and we are going to talk a lot about a lot of stuff. So that's it, folks. I appreciate you. God bless you, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, stay awesome and go out there, make this year the best you have ever had, because you can. Love you guys.